Welcome to this week's episode of the Paranormal Party Podcast with Renata Daniel from Newcastle Ghost Tours and Anne Rekovich from Oz Paratech. We'll be sharing stories, interviews, and lots of interesting things about all that is happening in our paranormal world. Thanks for joining us. Grab your glass of wine, sit down, relax, and enjoy this episode.
They can't see me, Renata. I'm not here.
No, and rightfully so.
She's not even going to bother coming on.
No, I'm not.
Now, just because we can't get the positioning right of our T-shirts with our, what do you call it, the camera set up, I'll look like I'm a little head on a big T-shirt. How's that? And just annoy all those people out there in TV land that don't like to see things back to front. Hi, everyone. You were watching the Frightfully. Are we sideways?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. We're sideways, apparently. All right.
I think you better fix that.
I don't know how to fix it. We've always been this way, even when we've done it. Oh.
We have never been this way before. We have never gone this way again.
How's that? Oh, shite. There, now you can see my boob. How are we going to fit in here like this?
They just have to squeeze it in.
Just squeeze.
Oh, there you are. We have gone the right way.
Yeah, all right. Hello, everybody. We've fixed it. Sorry, you're watching the Frightfully Good vodcast, which is normally on a Sunday night, but we have permanently moved to Monday at 7:30 p.m.
We started like this, remember? We started like this.
We look like Siamese twins. I suppose we are joined at the hip most of the time, our husbands would say.
Nick, we fixed it, all right? We fixed it, Nick. It's okay. It's okay, mate. It's okay. We're up the right way.
We're just seeing if you were all awake. That was all. So how are we all? Who went to the expo?
This is interesting. We are on the Get Vocal app so that our wonderful friends overseas can see us. We better talk slowly so they can understand us as well. But because of that, our screen is smaller and we cannot see your comments. So I have my phone right here where I can actually see your comments coming up so that we can answer them. This is the power of technology. This is how fantastic technology is, let me just say.
How easy was it for us to learn this new thing, Renata?
Oh, just so easy. It's just a piece of cake. Absolute piece of cake.
No.
Yeah, no.
But we did it. We're here. We've learnt it all. Yeah.
So
not much of a delay tonight, which is good.
No, we're actually on the Get Vocal platform because we're preparing to get ready for the world's largest ghost hunt this coming Sunday. And to be able to get worldwide coverage, everyone who is taking part is actually on this platform. So all of the 100 or so, how many ever there are, sites that are going to be investigated at the same time around the world, they're all going to be on Get Vocal. So Get Vocal is a really easy app to install. You literally just go to Get Vocal and press
the button and it downloads it. That is the most easiest part.
And then you can sort of see a slide, but you can also join in the conversation by getting onto one of the screens on the Get Vocal app when we are on. And actually coming on board that way, which makes it very much easier for us to get guests on.
We had Pete on last Sunday, and she was on the app, and she popped up quite cleanly in the screen next to us.
So hi Belinda, hi Lorna, hi Mick.
I hope you guys got home safely.
Hi Veronica, Sandy.
Oh, great!
Paranormal, yay!
And a shout out to our friends up in Queensland, the new team that's just formed,
Queensland Paranormal.
QLD Paranormal.
Queensland Paranormal and Pariah Paranormal, who we had an absolutely amazing...
And it was Pariah and someone else. Who else was with us last night?
Miss Porter's house. Something haunted. I can't remember. I'm sorry.
We're very...
But you're now Pariah Paranormal.
Our batteries are somewhat drained today, just somewhat. So for those who didn't know, we headed down to Sydney Friday night. We were at the expo all day Saturday. Then we did the investigation with the Appy team on Saturday night, and we headed home Sunday, went out to Tommy Go House and did a wreck around there trying to make sure all the internet works. Then we came home and did a private ghost tour at Miss Porter's.
Yes. And this weekend is even more cray-cray.
Yeah.
Because we're starting on Thursday. We have our own private circle group that we're going to be doing some meditation and some work in. And then we have something quite special that may be happening on Thursday night.
Yet?
It's kind of 80% confirmed.
Oh, excellent. That will be fun.
That will be fun.
I actually heard about it today too.
Oh, did you? You will know more about it.
Specifically us, but about the event.
You will know more about it, but we can't kind of say anything other than you'll have to be up at midnight to see it.
Like we need that by now, but we will love it.
So if it happens, it will be a midnight thing.
And is it at the originally mentioned location or a different location?
Maybe. That's a part that's still getting fixed, but either or, it looks like it is going ahead. So that's Thursday night. Then Friday, what are we doing there?
Friday I'm working in the morning and then jumping in the car and driving to Dubbo for 5 hours, and then we jump out of the car and we run 2 ghost tours back to back.
Yay. And we are sold out on both tours.
Yeah,
and people are lining up to try and get tickets. Sorry, next year.
Next year we'll be back. We're not going back there in summer. It's too hot.
And then we are trying to get some sleep. We get up in the morning on Saturday.
We drive 5 hours back to
Sydney,
where we run the Prince Henry Hospital investigation.
With about 200 people that turn up.
It's only 70, Renata.
Well, no, 70. Seems like 2. And then
we drive home, which is only 2.5 hours.
And then we get cracking for World's Largest Ghost Hunt.
So we're going to have to be up there around about 10:30, aren't we?
Oh, God, yes. No, earlier.
Earlier, 10.
Our guests arrive at 11.
When does daylight saving start?
I don't know.
Please.
It's
Bring
October.
forward. No.
October. They're all good. Little Joe, yes, it is very exciting. And as I mentioned on one of the other Facebook pages today, we are 2 very, very lucky women in that we can call our love job our real job. So there is no complaints here.
No, we're not complaining. We're living the dream.
It is just actually
I just wish I'd sort of achieved this about 30 years ago. I had more energy. But I'm getting better.
That moment at about 12 o'clock today when you just sat down, you went, I'm so overwhelmed.
Yeah, 5 o'clock, I was sitting on the lounge thinking, okay, now I've got to snore.
Oh. So Kelly says, I'll see you Saturday night.
Oh, cool.
And again on Sunday.
Can't have enough of us.
Oh, my God. Who is coming? At some point this weekend, this coming weekend. You tell us.
You lucky bastards.
Are you coming?
It's her wedding anniversary, speaking about who's coming.
Yeah, yesterday.
She forgot. Her husband bought a shit and wished her a happy anniversary. She's like, oh, shit.
Yeah. Sorry about that, hun.
No wonder he wanted to spend the day with you.
Bit of a shame. But anyway, don't worry. I gave him some money today and said, here you go.
It's not normally what men want on their wedding anniversary. Is it money for someone else to do what you? She's digging a hole. At least she doesn't have coffee in her mouth. That's all I can say. You're never going to live that down.
No. Oh dear.
Oh, thank you, Bobby. It starts on the 6th of October. And Veronica is coming Sunday.
Yay! Excellent. Yeah, look, we've just, we had a great weekend. We were at the expo at Parramatta Jail. Other than the fact that we couldn't get out of our corner to see anything.
I saw nothing. I wanted to go and see the
Death Museum,
and I couldn't. I couldn't physically get out of the corner. I got out to go to the toilet once and to get a coffee once, and that was it.
Yeah, and a big thank you for Christy.
Oh, Christy saved our lives. Gorgeous
Christy for saving our lives and bringing us coffee and food and taking care of us and looking after us while we were there.
And she even fed us. She bought us food and everything. God love her.
And also thanks to Pete and the crew from Appy for putting on such a great day.
And thank you to Roman as well, who actually took the weekend off and came and joined us.
Hi, Simeon.
Hi, Simmy.
Sorry, Jenny, that you can't make it on the Sunday. We'll miss you, my sweet. But, yes, so the expo was absolutely wonderful. But while we're at the expo, let's just have a little chat about our talk.
Oh, so, I want to have a whinge about something else first that's up my goat.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, so Renata was doing a gold coin donation, one card reading for people, just like she does on the Thursday night that we do the readings.
But I was asking for
a coin. Just a gold coin, that's all. And you know how much psychic readings are, guys. They can be quite expensive, and a gold coin for 10 minutes of your time is very cheap. Well, some people were even cheaper than that, and they faked putting a gold coin in and put 10 cents in. Really?
They must have needed it, Amy.
No, they don't.
They must have needed it.
If they can't give you a gold coin for your work, then they shouldn't have lined up to get a reading. Sorry, that was just up my goat, and I just had to spit that out because she is worth more than that.
I'm
hot now.
I'm worth at least.
I don't like this. This is too
$1 and $1 or $1.50. That's right. That's okay. You can manage.
Some people put $2 in.
They did. And then some people came back with their friends and said, "Go and see her."
Yeah, I know, because she was good.
So it was good. But we did do a talk at the end of the expo. It was 4 o'clock. And we had a very, very emotional and intense topic. It was. It was all about the shitty poo stuff that goes on in the paranormal field.
We called it Defense Against the Dark Arse. Hi, Dwayne. How are you? I just saw him popped up in there. So it was Defense Against the Dark Arts, crossed out arse, because we figured that people need to be aware of what they're getting into when they say, I want to join a team and join, and become a ghost hunter.
Yeah, and some people got up and left. Within the first paragraph.
Yeah.
We hadn't even touched on any of the juicy topics, and they kind of went, oh, no. No, we don't want to hear about this, and left.
Yeah.
So, but, I mean, we didn't really take that offence much to it, other than I was watching everyone leave.
They didn't see the invisible daggers that went into their backs as they left.
But it was interesting at the type of topics that we were raising, and how a lot of people actually felt that they really understood what we were talking about and had experienced those things themselves.
It was weird because we had some people come back and talk to us and said, we knew exactly who you were talking about. It was blah, blah, blah. We went,
we weren't actually talking about anyone.
We don't actually know who that person is. I'm sorry. We were just talking about general things, but it was ringing home with so many people.
So, look, that really just goes to show that the paranormal field and the groups that belong to or start up paranormal groups or communities and all that sort of stuff are really just made up of normal people who have the normal issues and problems and the normal types of characteristics that people everywhere else have. You would hear the same if you joined a group of dog lovers, for example. I mean, when I owned a Rottweiler, we did a little bit of taking him around to dog shows, and God, some of those people were some of the biggest a-holes I've ever encountered.
You should try modelling competitions with children.
Yeah, modelling competitions, stamp collectors, crystal shows, all of that sort of stuff.
Oh, I even heard
blend of people.
The candle making community is particularly vicious.
I know. Go figure.
Everybody steals everybody's secret.
So, you know, you would be really naive to think that you were not going to come up against some of these types of people or some of the types of things that normally come up. Personalities,
yes.
And dramas.
Yes.
Because you are allegedly joining something that may be viewed as spiritual.
And it's naive as well. You go into it watching the ghost hunting TV shows and thinking, well, that's how it's going to be, and it's not. So it's a very naive.
Yeah. So you have to remember to be just a little bit open-minded and go in from the point of view of, I guess, not revealing completely everything about yourself, but just watching how everything evolves for you so that you continue to feel comfortable. And one of the things that we raised during the talk was the fact that it is often hard to leave a particular group for another group because you may have grown or your time is not available to you anymore, or there may have been an issue arising between you and another member of that group, and then you are harassed because you have left. And again, that's one of those things that makes it quite difficult to actually join anyone for anything, because you then feel trapped that if you are in a particular group that they are going to give you all hell if you, for your own personal reasons, decide that you cannot be part of that anymore, or you need a break, or you want to join somebody else because they're doing a particular thing that really speaks to you at this point in time.
Because we're saying that different teams investigate in different ways depending on the bias that they have been brought up with, their beliefs, their superstitions. If they grew up in a household that was full of scientists and didn't believe in God or religion, then they're going to come from a very different viewpoint as somebody who's been raised in a Catholic household and had to go to church every Sunday and had angels and demons. So their viewpoint of the world would be very different.
Yeah.
And you have to, when you're looking at joining a team, it's very important. Don't just get all excited and go, oh my God, I'm going to join a team. This is so exciting. Oh my God, they want me. Yes. You've got to make sure it's the right fit for you. A good way to suss out the team, because I see quite often people saying, you know, we're getting members now, please apply for a position. Just check out, what are they posting on Facebook? What is it? Is it all funny memes and pictures with big red rings around it to circle something that you can't really see because it's too pixelated? Or are they on there bitching and whining about other people,
setting up dramas?
Or are they part of a religious organisation that doesn't really sit well with you? So choose carefully.
Hi, Susie.
What suits your beliefs. I'm not saying that any of those things are bad or wrong. I'm just saying if you've got certain beliefs, unless you're willing to grow and learn about their other beliefs and not have them enforced on you, watch that. But I think watching what people post on Facebook gives you a good indication of the morality of the people involved, and the type of people they are.
Look, often the problem is too that the Facebook pages can be really led by one person from the group too, rather than
the media officer.
Everyone being involved. So sometimes that's also an issue because you're getting one person's view and not the whole group. So it can be a difficult thing. All we are saying is just look at who you're joining up with and be prepared that if it's not a good fit for you to go and just find somewhere else.
To say, honestly, I don't feel this is the right team for me because it's not the beliefs I have, and it's nothing against them. And feel free to move on.
Yeah, we all come to this from a different level, and we all either raise through our levels of training and study to get to different
vibrations,
levels, or we shall stay where we stay because we feel comfortable there, and that is fine. That is fine. If you are looking for further study, though, within the group that you are in, it might be an idea to pop your hand up and say, "Hey, why don't we go and do a workshop?" Or why don't we go and look at how other teams are doing their work, and let's go on a tour, or, let's go interstate and visit an interesting site rather than doing the same sites that we are constantly at. Let's try out some new gear. So, if the group is really adventurous, what you're all going to do is be able to go out and learn from others and pick up some really interesting ways of investigating, which will lead us all to a better place in the end.
Yeah. And as Mick said, the problem is that there's plenty of toxic people on this earth, and that's right. And this is such a quirky field that we do tend to attract quirky people.
Yeah. And look, let's face it, it is so much easier to speak to the dead than it is to the living.
God, yes.
So much more informative at times as well. So, oops.
Just kick it.
I'm sorry.
What have you done?
I don't know.
There's things now that are being pressed that shouldn't be pressed. Can't use Bixby keys while recording, Renata. What have you done?
I don't know. Can you still hear us?
There we
Can
go.
you hear us? Just a thumbs up if you can hear us, because I kicked something and moved something and we're all over the place.
That's dreadful. Yeah. There was something else I was going to say about Facebook. Yes, if you are having grievances, and this was part of our talk, and there's somebody that's upsetting you or something,
slap them.
Talk to them privately. Don't put it on Facebook. And I get particularly peeved with the ones that go, "Oh, such and such is this and that, and they're a dumb bunny and blah, 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 blah." And then these people come on who have been called dumb things and go, "Hang on a second, don't call me that. That's not fair." And then the person who put the original comment up gets all shitty and upset, and how dare people talk to me like that when they started it. Just don't put that shit up on Facebook. It's as simple as that. Oh, we've got this. Oh, hi, Apple K Rumble. I love your name.
Apple K Rumble.
Apple Crumble.
Wow, Apple K Rumble.
Yeah, so. Oh, we've got Twisted History. Hello. They're joining us on the Get Vocal app because we are live on there at the moment.
We're on two things at once.
And we're on YouTube as well.
Oh, my God.
Streaming live on YouTube.
Heaven help the world.
We're growing so quickly. Right, what else did we have on there, Renata, that we were talking about? People need to be aware of when you join Paranormal. Shall I get our notes?
Yes.
Oh yes, Para-Unity.
Oh, that came up. That was a big thing that came up. Para-Unity.
Yep.
Para-Unity.
Now, there is an actual real attempt at Para-Unity happening Sunday.
Yes.
Where there are teams from throughout the world who are joining the world's largest ghost hunt under the one banner, although we did have somebody have a little SPAC earlier and gone off. They've taken their bat and ball and gone home.
Oh my goodness.
It's, yeah. And we do. Oh no, I'm not going to go there because that's going to identify people.
No.
We won't.
The thing is that everyone has a big laugh about para-unity, and the problem is that the more people that laugh about it, the less likely it is to ever happen. It's not a joke. From the point of view of people are really trying and making an effort to bring teams and bring the paranormal community together. And yes, it may not have worked successfully in the past, but that's not to say that it's not going to be something that is going to be able to be created in some shape or form in the future. So rather than having a laugh and going, oh yeah, that's all been tried before and it will never happen because everyone is in their ego state and it just possibly can't because they all need to have matching hats and shirts and things, then just you had to go two ways for them to see the whole name.
I know, because I've got big boobs.
But
sorry, Alan. Alan's a professional. We're not being very professional.
Oh. Bless you, Alan. But the thing is, we need to keep trying to bring this stuff out there, and instead of alienating people and feeling that this whole paranormal world is strictly only for certain people and not for others is really not the way to go, because everyone is at a particular level and everyone can learn from somebody else, and everyone has feedback that can be given that means that we can learn from that as well on how to be better, how to provide better information, how to provide better tours, and how to understand who should be part of a group and who shouldn't.
And you're right, Deb, respect of others is paramount. Everyone is allowed to have different opinions and nobody should be attacked for their opinion if it's different. Just don't attack people individually.
Yeah.
Now, what about the other thing we were mentioning was certificates?
Oh, yes, certificates. So that is a very controversial subject because, again, people do spend a lot of money on online study, and that's not to say that online study isn't valuable and cannot teach you things.
I'm doing loads of online study.
I've done lots of Udemy courses. Believe you me,
I solve most of my problems as I enroll in a Udemy course, and I wait for the osmosis filter for it just to come into my brain, somehow or other, without me actually having to do it. But if I want to learn how to do something, we're talking about Udemy, U-D-E-M-Y, we call it Udemy. Because of how we feel when we start doing these things.
And they are excellent.
They are.
They are really, really good foundation courses. And then you have over in England a place called Centre of Excellence, and they have brilliant things online.
Yep.
There are also people who have created online courses. Geez, I want to...
Dr. Kieran O'Keefe of the School of Parapsychology.
Yeah, and I'm hoping to crack some out next year myself who have valuable information.
The Rhine Institute is also running some great courses with Lloyd Auerbach, who pitches the information at a really great level. So if you've already got a bit of knowledge and you want to step up your knowledge, I would strongly suggest those ones. But it's the ones who are running weekend courses on demonology and exorcism, and then saying you are now a qualified exorcist or demonologist, that you must be wary of. Please, 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 no.
Yeah, because what it does is that it opens you up to a whole lot of smashing by other people who have got university degrees who have said, excuse me, but I've spent the last 7 years studying this shit before I got my certificate. So don't tell me that you got something after doing
parapsychology, that's the other one.
Weekend course. So you can say that you've done an online course. Be honest.
Yeah.
I've told people I've done online courses. You can say that you've obtained a certificate of attendance. and post that up happily and proudly on your page, which you should, because that shows that you continue to be open to learning. So certificates of attendance, certificates that say that you have been open to do this particular course and learn about this subject is brilliant. And I would really suggest that anyone who does anything does post up and say, hey, look what I spent the weekend doing. But please don't call yourself a certified demonologist, parapsychologist or scientist unless you have a full-fledged university degree with a bachelor's and all of that sort of stuff, because it really then takes away from the people who have gone down that track and who have spent part of their life studying very, very hard to obtain that credential, and it's really not fair to them.
I like what Mick says, experience is far greater than a certificate.
Yeah, it is, but in this day and age,
a
lot
label.
of people do like to have some sort of certification. You sort of can't really get anywhere without a little piece of paper that says you've done this or that.
Well, I've got a bachelor's. Does that mean I can call myself a parapsychologist? Because I have a Bachelor of Music.
No, you can call yourself a Bachelor of Music. Oh, sorry.
I'm been naughty.
But, okay, we asked a whole series of questions.
We did.
Over the last few months.
Oh, by the way, I'm just going to put this up as a question and you can answer below. What's the first thing you do when you form a team? What's the first thing you need to do? Write your answer down below. Okay, go on. So we're over to those.
So we asked a series of questions from our beloved Frightfully Good Facebook followers and Newcastle Ghost Tours and Oz Paratech, and we posted it online everywhere and then got slammed for posting questions to other people's groups.
Oh, did we?
Yes, you've got no business here getting these questions on here and asking for people.
Ask questions and try to learn from the community. Damn it, woman!
What was I thinking? But anyway,
I bet you were scarred for life from being told off.
It was. I was surprised. I was surprised at groups who said you shouldn't be on here asking questions. No one invited you to ask questions on our group, and please don't do it anymore. Anyway.
So some of these really wonderful questions were, are ghosts and spirits the same or different?
Okay. And what was their result?
58% said different and 42% said no, they're the same. So it was a little bit hung in the middle there.
Interesting. So that question sort of bodes another question that says, how did you get to that point? What understanding did you have, or where did you learn about the differences between ghosts and spirits?
Yep.
Isn't it? So that's interesting. I'd really love to look at that more and to find out people's opinions and answers to how did you learn about ghosts and spirits and the differences. So that's another show. We could actually put that up and really get stuck into that one. So that's a good one.
Now, this one interested me. Have you ever tried a Ouija board? Because as soon as somebody puts a picture of a Ouija board, all hell breaks loose and everybody has an opinion.
But over 700 votes in for that one, and guess what the answer was? It was almost a split in the middle.
Yeah, it's a little bit towards yes. We had 59% saying yes, they had tried Ouija boards, and 41% said no, they've never tried.
Wow, that's a good split.
We got lots of comments of, I'd never touch a Ouija board. Oh, you're going to go straight to hell. You're going to let demons into your house. And I thought, well, I've got about 20 portals in my room here. I've got Ouija boards everywhere. And I don't know, I think I'm pretty normal.
Yeah, that's for another show, guys. We'll discuss that when she's not here.
What? All right, so have you personally had a paranormal experience?
Now, this is really interesting because this is one of those telltale questions that speaks to us about why people are so interested in the paranormal, why people come on ghost tours, why people join paranormal teams. Because what was the result of that one?
Yeah, wow. 93% said yes, they have had a paranormal experience, and only 7% said no.
Wow. I'd say that 7% was probably made up of the poor partners that have to be dragged along to tours and things by their significant other who has had something happen. So interestingly enough, that was gathered from 613 people who answered that poll. And it seems to me then that suggests that most of those people had had some sort of experience, and because of that, what they are trying to do then is understand what actually happened. So they want to go out and explore more.
So it makes you wonder why the 7% who had said no, they've not had an experience,
are still doing this.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Do you have someone at home who has absolutely no belief in the paranormal and really poo-poos everything you say and do and calls you crazy? Be interesting to know.
Have you ever been harassed by someone for your beliefs in the paranormal?
So this one was also quite amazing to me, because I would have thought that, and you said something really interesting about this, but I'll just finish what I was going to say. I really thought that there would be more people who would say, yes, they have been bullied and harassed. So the result of that was 33% said yes, they have been, and 67% said that they haven't been. And then you gave a really interesting answer to that and said...
That's 1 in 3 people have been bullied.
Yeah.
1 in 3. That's too many.
Yeah.
Way too many. And
so
we were talking about online bullying.
So that actually opens up another question to say, well, do you actually have many more people out there who are interested in the paranormal or the supernatural or the occult and so on and so forth, but are so afraid of doing or saying anything or joining a group or going online because they know that they will be ostracized if they do? Yeah, so that's really sad that you have a hobby, an interest, something that is really very much now a part of our culture and has been for hundreds of years, and we still feel that there are a lot of people out there who have the inability to voice that and talk about it because they're afraid of being bullied about it.
Now, the next one received the most amount of votes. We had 900 votes and some very passionate people. Are you ready? Do you believe in orbs as a spirit?
Wow, this had 900. A lot. This had a lot of people. Yeah, for sure. And the result to that one, which is still awfully surprising.
Disappointing, really.
So, do you believe that orbs are the spirit of a deceased person?
Yep.
And that 53% said yes, and 47% said no.
53% said yes.
Okay, and we're just going to leave that one there. Okay, we're just going to leave that one there. Everyone is entitled to their opinion about what is happening, so we will not further go into that. We've talked about orbs before on the podcast. We can do another one down the track when everybody's forgotten what we said before, but we're not going to say any more about it now. So, yeah. And what was our last one?
Do you believe angels and demons are real, as in the biblical sense of angels and demons?
Now, this one was also extremely, extremely interesting from the point of view that this one was answered the least. We only got 325
We
replies.
had a lot of yes, but, no buts on there. So people wanted to put their explanation why. Nobody was willing just to say yes or no.
Hi, Monica.
They wanted to quite happily give an explanation to why they hadn't voted, or a justification for why they had voted. So we had 48% said yes, they do believe it as in the biblical sense, and 52% said no.
Now, that's also a really close split. That's almost half-half. So, again, it would be interesting to know whether, and that was probably the second question we put up, so not quite sure whether not a lot of people actually saw that one or were interested enough to answer it.
There was just a lot of comments of people giving their justification for either not answering but their belief. So there was a lot of written stuff on there.
So that was actually a really interesting few weeks, putting up those questions and getting people to answer them so that we could see what our community actually thinks.
Everyone's entitled to their wrong opinion. Oh, that's gorgeous. Love it. All right. So did anyone pick what they needed to do first when they form a team?
Yes, they did. They did.
What did they say?
We got some interesting things here.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I can see some people have got it.
Pick matching shorts and hats and bumper stickers. Excuse me, but we're trying to sell bumper stickers on the weekend. Lorna, I think you need to get one.
Yep.
Print stubby holders.
That's what we should have done for the weekend. We should have printed stubby holders.
Could you explain what stubby holders are for our American guests?
Oh, okay. So what it is, it's a piece of wetsuit material that's shaped as a can or esky foam, and it's got the hole so you can stick your can of beer or your bottle of beer in it, and it keeps it cold for longer because it's very hot in Australia.
An Australian invention.
That is. And look, there is some photos running around at the moment of different insects, animals, snakes and stuff in Australia, and we've already had some of our American friends contact us and say, oh, come on, this is not real.
And we've said, yes, it is.
They are. And no, we're not pulling your leg, which means we're not joking. Sorry, the Australian just is creeping out of me at the moment. You mate, you're right. Just don't crack a bat over that one. I remember when Chip Coffee was here, we said, well, we're taking down the Macca's for Ricky. And he went, I'm sorry, what? So we'll take you down to Macca's for Ricky.
We're going to teach him Australian when we go over next year.
Yeah.
We're going to give him some culture.
Yeah, because for those who don't know, we are guest speakers at the Women's Retreat Paranormal Conference in West Virginia next June. I'm hoping some of the Aussies can come and join us. Jenny said she might come and join us. That would be nice.
Oh, nice. Nice. Mick Holgate actually said start a Facebook group.
Oh, yes, got to start a Facebook group.
And Jenny Warren tried to be really serious and said communication.
Oh, bless you.
There's always got to be one.
There's got to be a boss that's got to tell everyone what to do.
Yeah, so they're excellent answers. Excellent answers. Christy says she's lost faith in humanity. Oh, Christy. Oh, dear. Mick has also said, how do you explain coloured orbs or flashes? Certainly it isn't dust. Oh, Mick. Come and see me on Sunday.
It is
please.
so sweet. It is.
Because I'll just have to slap you, all right?
It's lint and fibres and think of the coloured spectrum and the light bouncing off stuff.
Yeah. And look, I had the most lovely lady actually sent me a photo today, and this is just to explain a little bit more about all of this. And we do get photographs quite often and asking our opinion. So if you do ask our opinion, we're going to give it to you. All right, and we may not always tell you what you want to hear. And this is one thing that I explained to this beautiful lady today as well, that, you know, I'm giving you my opinion as per my experience. Well, experience, because I worked as a photographer for 10 odd years and worked in the back end in printing and processing all of that stuff. Back when you did it by hand, I know that's in the dark ages.
And you had the machine that printed them at the window and you could stand there and watch.
I know.
And when there was naughty photos, they had to run out with a towel and hold it in front of the printer so nobody could see the naughty photos coming out.
Oh, I didn't. I used to make copies.
Well, I was going to say, my friend used to make copies and she had an album full of all these very naughty photos. It wasn't her, it was someone else.
Oh, I'll show you my collection.
Oh, okay, gosh.
But anyway.
Taking photos of the weirdest shit.
And so obviously some photos were taken and this gorgeous lady was asking whether it could have been the photograph of a deceased loved one. there. And what it happened to be was like sun flare that caused one of those green dots.
Oh, yes.
You know, the green dots that you can find sometimes, the green dot, and it's surrounded by a little flash of light. When you looked at the whole photograph, you actually saw the ray of light coming through from the sun, which wasn't in the picture. And so I sort of had to spend a little bit of time just explaining to her that, look, I would love to tell you, I really would love to tell you that what you're seeing is something paranormal, but from my experience and from my study, and I did spend 3 years at Tech learning all about photography and everything, and also working for a lab and selling cameras and working behind the scenes and everything like that. I can tell you that look, it's just not. It's not. It's the flare of the sun on your camera lens that creates that little green dot and that flare of light. And look, I'm just sorry, but our eyes sometimes don't even see it because our eyes are interpreting so much information within our surroundings that we don't even know that it is there until we actually look at a photograph and go, oh, I didn't see that, or oh, my eyes didn't see that, but look how this camera has taken this photo. It's the way the lenses are created and made in cameras and in video recorders and all that sort of stuff. They can't filter information on an emotional level. That's what we do via our eyes. But a lens in a camera is just a lens in a camera. It just photo. And if you're a bad photographer, it will catch all the things that are there, and yeah, you can end up finding bits and pieces on your photographs that you didn't even see. And then sometimes that has to sort of be looked at logically. And look, if you do have something on a piece of film or a photograph, ask someone, and they might be able to sort of fill you in on what that might be. Sarah, I did get your books today. Thank you very much. I'm going to be talking a little bit more about those towards the end of the week, but I did get your book, Sarah. Thank you.
And for those who missed out on going to the expo, you actually have had bumper stickers made.
Yes.
Frightfully good paranormal #parastalkers. So if you would like one, just send us a private message. They are $5, which includes postage. Can I get that? That's not going to fit in an envelope.
No, it'll have to be a long. No, you don't want it. No, you don't want to bend them.
It may have to be $6 because we're going to have to get a bigger envelope to put them in.
Yeah. Beck says, I have a photo I've taken at home of a gentleman laying on my and my hubby's bed. Hubby's seen it for his own eyes. Also, before I took the photos, I know who it is, I'm sure. That's fantastic, Beck.
Wow, that's awesome. That's really cool. And look, does he have clothes on?
We have certainly seen, I'm not going to go there. We have certainly seen photographs that have kind of gone, oh, that's really interesting. I need to really look at that a little bit further. And so certainly it's not to say that all photos are bunkum and there are no paranormal photos ever that have been taken, but some of them just aren't and are easily explainable, and that's just the way it is.
I've had one photo, and the whole time I've been doing this that I can't explain what it's in the photo.
Yeah. But gee, if you have photos, send them through. But like we said, if you ask for our opinion, what we are going to do is actually give you our opinion.
Yeah.
That's not to say that you have to agree with it or not. All you need to do is say thank you and ask somebody else. You know, that's all you have to do.
Sometimes people will keep asking until they find a person that gives them the opinion that they want and go, there, see, I told you, I knew I was right.
So
do a little bit of research yourself, read up on the science of it, look up lens flares, just read about it yourself. Knowledge is such a wonderful tool.
Jodie Bailey has suggested that we roll them. The only thing about that, Jodie, is that if you know the Australian postage system, they'll probably come crushed like a,
Even if we did roll them,
the likelihood is they'll
that's
be
not going to
crushed
fit
flat.
in a standard envelope. So it would get flattened and crushed. And
Yeah.
yeah, the
So
only thing I could do is really cut it down, which I don't want to do.
No, the thing is, though, when you come on our tours, they will be available. You can buy one there. Only $5.
We're not trying to make money on them. We're just trying to cover the cost of them.
Now, before we go, and we thank you all for coming on. We have had about 35, 36 people coming on and off today, so that's really great for a Monday, the fact that we've changed the date of this and that you're all still keen to watch. This Sunday we have the world's largest ghost hunt. Now, our live will start at 12 noon and go to 1 o'clock. We will be on and off during that time depending on who has live streams happening and what part of the investigation we are up to. So you are very welcome to watch either on Facebook Live, and there will be some people streaming on Facebook Live, or we will be streaming through Get Vocal,
which will also go to Facebook Live and to YouTube Live.
Yep.
So you've got lots of options to watch there. We will be using this platform from now on, so hopefully you can hear us well, and that's all coming through. I'm going to try and set up my little laptop so we can use proper cameras. Thank you for sending through that message. So we'll try to get that set up with the proper microphone, because I've got a really good camera and microphone that we can use. I've just got to be able to hook it up to something.
And if you are doing the world's largest ghost hunt somewhere, let us know. Send us a message and say, yeah, hashtag world's largest ghost hunt.
Yep.
I will be at blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah, Kathy's down at Willow Court in Tassie doing hers.
Fantastic. So if you're going to be coming up to Tomago House, hashtag world's largest ghost hunt at Tomago House. Yep. So we want this to go viral. Go viral. And to get a really great result. And other than that, we're saying good night.
Yep, we're
good
going to
night,
leave
goodbye.
it.
See you later.
We need to go to bed. We're exhausted. And again, thank you all for joining us tonight. Please share the video around, share the love. We are almost at 2,000 likes on our page. We only need a couple more, so if you haven't liked us yet, please do. We're the Frightfully Good Paranormal Spiritual Community. We love you as all, and we'll see you on the dark side. And this is where I have to try and work out how to stop this freaking thing, so wish me luck. Bye.
Bye.
This is where I'm swiping down. No, it's not there. I think I have to end here.
Just keep pushing. Just keep pushing.
Enjoy my.
I'll just.
You Phil, Renata. Phil.
Phil.
So we've got everything down now except this aspect. We cannot get this aspect down. Oh, Deb, help! Technology's doing this to me. I'm swiping down. Oh, and I get everything but. All right, so I'm going to clear that. Go away. Oh, I just wanted you all to enjoy it. I found it. Bye.